Shatterline is a AAA free-to-play FPS game with a roguelike co-op mode called Expedition and your more traditional PvP modes like Team Deathmatch, Plant the Bomb, and Escort. Shatterline was developed and published by a company in Kiev, Ukraine called FragLab. Somehow, even in the midst of everything going on out there, they found a way to continue development and release this game, which is pretty impressive. Shatterline is currently available as an early access game on Steam, and Frag Labs are using the data collected from this to further polish the game and get it ready for its official release. For those interested, I played this game using GeForce Now, as it currently is only available on Steam, and I do not have a gaming PC to run it. But using GeForce Now, I was getting well over 120 FPS at all times, and gameplay was smooth. The first thing that jumped out to me about this game is how much it reminds me of two other games currently out, Rainbow Six Extraction and Apex. However, even though it does use some strong influences from both, Frag Labs does a good job at adding slight twists to their PvP and PvE modes that differentiate Shatterline from those two. Shatterline uses the same battle pass style as Apex and other free-to-play games, and also allows you to earn enough currency to buy the next battle pass without having to spend any additional money. It costs 1,000 points of paid currency, and you can earn 1,300 if you complete the entire battle pass. So you do have an opportunity to save up to buy other paid cosmetics and possibly new characters if they get added as paid add-ons. Also, you have all the customization of weapons and character appearance that you would see in Apex and other like titles as well. The first mode I jumped into was Expedition, which is the PvE co-op mode. This definitely has a strong Rainbow Six Extraction influence from the 3-man teams all the way down to the enemy types you encounter. However, whereas in Rainbow Six Extraction, where you can get one loadout that you choose at the beginning and you are stuck with that loadout, you can constantly get chances at additional weapons or abilities as you advance further in Expedition. Rainbow Six Extraction uses locked areas to separate each phase of the mission. Shatterline instead presents it as one big mission that you can either decide to leave early from or continue pressing forward to complete everything without the standby rooms that Rainbow Six Extraction uses. Gameplay in Expedition is pretty fun and fast paced. I can say that I enjoyed playing the mode, even though as of right now it doesn't seem to have a lot of content in it yet. The devs said that they are working on finalizing a 4-player expedition mode that will have more narrative driven episodes as well. So hopefully that adds more content to this mode to enjoy. The enemies in this mode do really remind me of the variety you encounter in Rainbow Six Extraction. You have the exploding enemies that look like bloaters, these floating enemies that range attack and teleport like tormentors do, and also these big tank-like enemies that rush in like smashers do in Rainbow Six Extraction. There are other enemies that don't seem to share much from Rainbow Six, but the ones I encountered mostly reminded me of Rainbow Six enemy types. Now, I'm not saying that as a knock on the game, as many different games share these enemy types, but as someone who played Rainbow Six, I figured I would touch on some of the similarities between the two games' PvE modes. Now on to PvP. Honestly, PvP felt a lot like Apex, except if you took the Apex style and moved it into a Call of Duty framework. Instead of big wide open battle royale style maps, you get smaller, more close quarter style maps that work better for team deathmatch and other traditional PvP FPS style games. But even though it's not a battle royale like Apex, it keeps all the powers each character has, and just the overall movement feels like an Apex style game. I only played Team Deathmatch because I've never been someone who enjoyed the more tactical style game modes, but from what I played in Team Deathmatch, it was a pretty good experience. I wouldn't say that the game will overthrow the more well-known and well-played AAA titles out there, but this definitely could find a nice audience from people who like an Apex style shooter, but maybe wishes there was another way to use it outside of just Battle Royale. Or also people who like the Apex style, but wishes the game had a PvE mode to use the characters in because they aren't huge fans of how tense PvP games can be at times. The only issue I had while playing the game was pretty minor. I didn't get any crashes or bugs, but the only thing that I noticed was some of the animations seemed to be done at a low frame rate, so it can look jittery when it happens and can tarnish the otherwise really smooth gameplay. Now, this wasn't hugely prevalent, but I did notice it, so I figured I would let you know. All in all, the game is definitely a game to try out, especially since it is free to play. Just keep in mind the game will continue to evolve as the developer irons out the game and uses the information gathered during this early access phase to improve the game. But since you don't have to pay any money to play, you really should give it a shot if you have GeForce Now or if you game on PC. Right now, those are the only two places to play it, and the developer hasn't mentioned any console releases or releases on other cloud gaming platforms in the future. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for all the support you've given to the channel. Peace.